Good morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever day, whatever time it is. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good one. I'm making a video about Maine history. Not just Maine history, creepy Maine history. I'm so excited. I love doing these videos. I haven't done one for a while, and I've kind of added on to the Maine ghost stories, but like it's more creepy history. Anyway, watch my video. Mainly to go out. Creepy fog. Creepy fog. That's all I got.
So if we're going to go with creepy, let's start off with the Assail in Augusta, Maine. It is the old arsenal. It is no longer used, but it is creepy. Just the feeling alone is creepy. Just the building alone is creepy. I see it and I get creeped out. It was used up until the 90s for the criminally insane. It's just creepy. There's multiple deaths attributed to the staffing throughout the years. Just the feeling alone, like it is. I get the worst feeling when I tried to do a video about it. I stepped out my car door and I couldn't. Like all I could do was take a couple of photos. That's the feeling I get. It's just creepy. It's just a horrible, creepy feeling I get every time I drive past or stop to do a video about this building. Like it's just a building, but it creeps me out. Maine is thought to be the first state to establish capital punishment. It was established in the early 1700s or mid to early 1700s and abolished in the 1800s later on in the century. The last man was hung in 1885, and that was Daniel Wilkinson. This picture was Daniel Wilkinson. He died at age 40 in 1885. He was an escaped convict who killed a constable. He shot and murdered police constable William Lawrence. Daniel Wilkinson's execution was the last execution in Maine. The death penalty was abolished after his execution. That's how bad his execution went. It was strangulation versus breaking the neck. And it was their main reason for abolishing the death penalty in Maine.
I will definitely say this for Bucksport. Between Native Americans and witches, of course, they're screwed for paranormal activity. You're going to find something in Bucksport. If you like the paranormal, go to Bucksport. And here's why.
A famous scary Maine tale is the Curse of Bucksport. I've mentioned this before, but it's always good to re-mention it. So Captain Buck was a well-known individual and the namesake of Bucksport. Bucksport was incorporated in 1791. So the story goes like this. It's one story, but it has two different tales, depending on who you're talking to. If you're talking to an out-of-stater or a flatlander, it changes. If you're talking to a townie, they have a different view on it, and they'll correct you on every part. So Captain Buck had a mistress. This is the townie version. He had a mistress. She got pregnant or was about to get pregnant or was about to expose him. So he decided to have her hang. Turns out the mistress was a witch and cursed him. In the out-of-stater or the flatlander version, she was just a witch. Either way, she was either burnt or hung. And her leg survived, and before she was burnt or hung, the witch cursed him, saying that she would always have a foot in his grave or foot on his grave. Anyway, the family has tried to replace this headstone multiple times or fix the headstone multiple times, but there's always this watermark on it of a boot or a foot. It looks like a boot or like one of the witch's stockings, which just adds to the tale. They used to, I guess back in the day, they used to have competitions to see who could to grind it off, but it always just came back. Bucksport is just haunted. It's cursed, without a doubt. It's built on multiple different red paint people, Native American that's their name, red paint people, which is a pre-Columbian tribe that was in Maine before pretty much anybody else. So this cemetery was built on top of their burial ground. There are multiple different burial grounds in Bucksport which are built over. The red paint people because they buried their dead with red ochre. It's just a horrible idea to build on an Indian burial ground. That they like this place is cursed.
So I'll just say this: the Maine fog is the thickest fog you'll ever see. It's creepy. It just is creepy. There's so many ghost stories. There's so many Native American stories about the fog in general. But the Native Americans during the French and Indian War used the fog as cover to attack the English, which is kind of cool. And being from Maine, I can see it happening. You can see like how it would be an effective guerrilla war tactic because it's so thick. It's so thick in the morning time. It's creepy. It's just creepy fog. Creepy fog. That's all I got.
Everybody loves a lighthouse. Even I love good lighthouses. Lighthouses, I swear, are a beacon of paranormal activity. Not just paranormal, but horrible, horrible acts of violence, which then become paranormal activity. Let's just say all the paranormal ghost stories end the same way, start and end the same way. Lighthouse attendant brings his family. One of the lighthouse attendants' family goes crazy and kills them all, either by axe or by poisoning. Check to the stories, true facts. Maine legitimately has over 100 lighthouses on its coast, or more, probably more, but most of them are over 100 years old. There's only one or two that are like 200 years old. Portland Headlight, over 200 years old, haunted. Owl's Head, haunted. Haunted by a ghost dog, a spirit dog, but it's still haunted. They're either haunted or have a horrible tale. Lost Love, a captain lost in the ocean and then his wife goes crazy. Either way, it's the same tale. Horrible, horrible stories, which lead to horrible ghost stories, which lead to paranormal activity. Lighthouses are creepy.